Hello everyone, my name is Sandra. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is the consequences for the betrayer. From left to right, we have three groups today. Please keep an open mind and open heart to choose your group. The timestamps are listed in the description box. I'll see you in your reading. Hello group number 1, welcome to your reading. Let's first look at the betrayer's motive. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This person is very low-key, though not particularly attractive. They have a gentle and polite demeanor, which easily earns goodwill. On the surface, they may seem reliable, but in reality, they are extremely calculating. Every decision and action is deliberate and goal-oriented. They are cautious and often use tactics, like pretending to be weak, or playing the victim to get what they want. They enjoy your resources. Some of you may have continuously given them your time, energy, money, or social connections. They don't take everything all at once. Instead, they take slowly and steadily, making their manipulation hard to notice. Now let's look at the unused power of retaliation from your side. We have the Five of Cups, and this is a classic card for betrayal. This person may have hurt you more than once, but because of the beautiful memories, their false promises, or simply the habit of being around each other for so long, many of you chose to forgive them or turn a blind eye. You might have made excuses for their hurtful behaviors. All of this stems from their long-term influence or even manipulation. And for some of you, as long as they apologized or acted sweet, you chose to stay. Your focus was always on them. Your unused power was your loyalty to yourself. And now let's look at how the environment will impact their karma. We have the Six of Wands. External forces will accelerate their downfall. Some of them may be forced to take risky actions due to their greed and end up utterly defeated. Others may crumble under public pressure, such as their friends or family or colleagues might expose their wrongdoing. And I sense that you are not their only victim. There are others. If this was a scam, it will come to light. In short, their reputation will be ruined. And now let's look at the short consequences of this betrayer. We have Strength card. This is a major arcana card. It is implying long-lasting and severe impact. They will lose their personal power. If this involves crime, they may be imprisoned soon and suffer greatly inside. Even if it is not criminal, they'll lose their dignity, be publicly shamed, and lose their freedom. For example, being blacklisted or barred from travel. They will also face unfairness, but no one will sympathize because of their past actions. This reading only looks at short-term consequences because I want you to energetically detach as soon as possible. Regardless of what happens to them later, Group 3, it's time to focus on building your life. And now let's look at your soul lesson of this betrayal. We have the Nine of Pentacles. You are a deeply abundant and self-sufficient being. It's time to learn to be independent in all areas of life and create stability for yourself. Learn to manage your resources wisely. Generosity and wastefulness can sometimes look the same in action. It's about giving to others, but they are fundamentally different, and this painful lesson has taught you a lot. And look at the cards. The journey from the Knight of Pentacles to Nine of Pentacles is a complete betrayal story. They firstly offered small things to impress you, then escalated to demanding more, even extortion. From now on, you must think independently and stay grounded to avoid being manipulated. And now let's see how you will change after the betrayal. We have Seven of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. Okay, you are on a journey to self-healing with clear beliefs, plans, and actions. You are setting boundaries and learning to think before acting. You are becoming loyal to yourself. And some of you will organize your finances, deal with debts, declutter your space, or set savings goals. Others will set security systems at home, such as installing cameras or preparing emergency kits. But don't forget to process your emotions. From the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, these two cards tell me you may struggle to trust again and often feel anxious. So please talk to your therapist for support. The Cosmic Insight card we have is Earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You or the betrayer or both of you may be Earth signs, but if not, you are being called to channel the higher energy of Earth signs. The Oracle card for your group is the Dark Moon, and this signals that you are about to release everything that can survive in the light, step out of the darkness and begin a new chapter. This also resonates with the Four of Pentacles. If you have suffered major losses, don't worry. Trust the universe. What you have now is enough to build a new life. And from the Four of Pentacles, I feel life is already blooming in places you didn't expect. Okay, prayers for all wounded hearts to heal. Blessings to group number 1. Until next time. Hello group 2, welcome to your reading. First, let's look at the betrayer's motive. We have the Emperor here. They believe that hurting you was justified or natural. They think they are always right. And this person is a major, perhaps the most important masculine energy in your life, regardless of their gender. They might be your parent, partner, or an authority figure in society, and their authority is innate. You couldn't be yourself around them. Resistance failed, and in the end, you have to obey. They are very manipulative, harsh, and controlling, using threats and bribes for personal gain, and in some cases, even violence was involved. Now let's look at your unused retaliation power. We have the Three of Cups. This tells me some of you missed a chance to fight back, but it's very understandable. You were too young or too controlled back then. Imagine being at a press conference, knowing you could cry for help, but you didn't, maybe because you were warned or felt powerless. You may have felt like a puppet, and this card says if you'd resisted, you had a chance to win, at least in the first stage. You had material or social resources you didn't realize. But again, not acting was very understandable. At that time, you lacked confidence in yourself. And now let's look at the environmental impact under karma. We have Seven of Cups. From this card, I feel this punishment will come later because they are experts at manipulating public perception, spinning stories with fake emotion and empty promises. They are full of lies and have clueless followers. But lies will eventually burst like bubbles. When the truth comes out, their supporters will deeply regret backing them. And now let's look at the short-term consequences they'll face. We have the King of Pentacles here, and in this deck, the King of Pentacles is represented by King Midas of Macedonia. He was famous for turning things to gold, but it backfired. He couldn't eat or drink and nearly died. Similarly, in this case, this betrayer already pursued material gain, thinking they'd become super successful. But in reality, they'll lose their freedom and become a puppet themselves, unable to enjoy their wealth. Again, we are only looking at short-term consequences here because I want you to energetically detach as soon as possible. No matter what happened to them later, Group 2, it's time to fully enjoy your freedom. And now let's look at the soul lessons of this betrayal. We have the Chariot. This is so exciting. You're not just leveling up. You are transcending. You will gain both divine wisdom and mastery of natural laws. Some of you may also start studying philosophy or religion as life guidance, and some of you may become healers. Okay, and now let's look at your post-betrayal transformation. 9 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, the Hangman. Okay, Group 2, you'll undergo a complete identity transformation from a vulnerable bunny to a powerful boss. Unlike the betrayer, you'll remain compassionate and humble even in positions of authority. When you look back, you won't dwell on gains or losses, but understand the spiritual laws beyond material reality. Again, some of you may become healers. The cosmic insight card we have is the honeymoon card. You're about to enter a joyful and a peaceful phase. The final oracle card here we have is the graveyard. No matter how painful this experience was, it will eventually be buried in the past. You'll let go and return to inner peace. Prayers for all wounded hearts to heal. Blessings to Group 2. Until next time. Hello Group 3, welcome to your reading. Now first, let's look at the betrayer's motive. We have the Fool card here. This person has a free-spirited, wild charm. When you first met them, you thought they were easygoing, big-picture-oriented, and forgiving. So when betrayal happened, many of you couldn't believe it. You thought they were just too innocent or got tricked. But when the truth came out, it hit like a thunderbolt. And some of these betrayers were once the victims too. They also wanted a fresh start but never properly healed from their past. They don't understand themselves and avoid self-reflection. When real issues arise, they dodge or make excuses, calling it grace or open-hearted. But over time, this is very hurtful. Many of them don't even realize the harm they caused and think they are just innocent. This person is stuck in a cycle of betrayal, sometimes the victim and sometimes the betrayer. until they finally face their life lesson. And now let's look at your unused retaliation power in this betrayal. We have the Knight of Swords. This card is telling me that you sensed something was wrong early on. You may have had a gut feeling, but dismissed it as overthinking. You were anxious by nature, and they used that against you. Because all the number 9's minor arcana card is linked to the number 9's major arcana card is the Hermit, which tells me that you had inner wisdom to face things alone, but feared uncertainty, and that's what allowed them to control you. But I believe you have now begun to realize your strengths. And now let's look at their external environment influence in their karma. We have the Two of Cups. I sense that this issue will polarize people, some on your side and some on theirs. The betrayer is not as emotionally stable as they seem and is easily swayed. If this leads to legal action, they may seek settlement, possibly using your past connection to manipulate your sympathy. And now let's look at their short-term consequence. We have the Devil card. Okay, Group 3. Because we have the Devil card here, run. Don't hesitate, don't look back, and don't try to save them. Because this person is fully consumed by darkness. They may face multiple betrayals themselves, even from people who support them. Some may fall into addiction or other destructive behaviors. But most importantly, they are very dangerous. And also I want to let you know, Group 3, do not curse them. The devil feeds off that negative energy. If they suffer and remember your kindness, they might return to entangle you. If they don't choose healing, they will repeat this betrayal cycle endlessly, and you must cut all ties. And now let's look at your soul lesson from this betrayal. We have the Page of Pentacles here. This is a reminder to observe the details of behavior, which reflect their true motives. We are not saying you should judge every flaw, but being objective helps you manage emotional investments and protect yourself. Pentacles also symbolize trust. Trust is not blind belief, but knowing your own boundaries. And now let's look at your transformation after the betrayal. We have the Ten of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. These are amazing, Group 3. You are living the past, grounding yourself in the present, and looking to the future. You are creating a beautiful life, meeting like-minded friends, and staying active and fulfilled. You have grown so much and are bringing your dreams into reality. Your Cosmic Insight card we have is the Intuition, and this is the same message of your Oracle card. You have Intuition twice, and together with the Knight of Swords, all those red flags you ignored, your intuition was trying to warn you and protect you. You have the power to protect yourself, you just need to trust it. Okay, prayers for all unwilling hearts to heal. Blessings to Group 3. Until next time.